All right. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this, so bear with me. Not too long ago, I went to Graceland, the home of Elvis Presley, and I had absolutely no idea that Vernon Presley's home was even still there. And I decided to take pictures of it, but as I examined the pictures when I got back to the guest house, it really started to depress me. And I just wanted to share the reason why. Uh, this is strictly my personal opinion, and if anybody's wondering why I'm looking in that direction, it's because I have an extra monitor that actually shows me more detail than what you're seeing. But this is strictly my personal opinion. This is just my thoughts on uh, just how depressing it is to see Vernon Presley's house basically deteriorate. I don't think it's right, but who cares? So I'm starting off with this photo, and the reason why is because you see the three pillars, and they're not maintained, not even close. People have written their names, on the wall, and I believe that this is a beautiful shot. And seeing just how deteriorated everything is, I wanted something with a little bit of beauty. Front gate, you see here this huge crack. This light is still there. The gate is locked for good reason, but you can see that no maintenance. There's look at this. Look at that. I don't get it. Now this angle, the lights pushed over, probably doesn't even work, and just look, just like if this was completely restored or even knocked down and replaced, it would be drop dead gorgeous. It would be one of the gorgeous walls you've ever seen in your entire life, and I don't shy away from that personal opinion. I mean, I take a look at this kind of stuff, and I hope to own a place like this someday. I mean, look at it. Can you imagine how gorgeous it would be if it was completely restored? But just a different look at the gate. I'm looking at these now. I'm starting to get depressed. But just you see the driveway. This pillar here is not maintained. You can see the damage on the roof. I I, I can't imagine the memories that have been built here. I can't imagine. All those years of spending time with family. I think Priscilla uh, lived here for a while. It'd be really interesting to get her opinion. There's a sign. I think I have a closer shot of that, but you can see the windowsill. Some damage here and damage there. The lawn's not maintained. Wow. It would be a completely gorgeous place. It would be. Now, here's the thing. Again, just my personal opinion. You would probably have to knock down all of this and completely rebuild it. It would probably cost way too much money to try to restore it. Now, the thing is, I would keep the fencing, but I would completely rebuild all of this. All of this. And see, let's see here. Yeah, I can zoom in just a bit. You see now why I say that it's probably better to just knock it down and carry all this stuff away, or better yet, sell it. Why not? I mean, it looks like people have already taken souvenirs anyway. Why are people so disrespectful? I mean, look at that. You really think that that can be repaired to make it look like it's brand new? I don't think so. I just don't think so. Again, just my personal opinion. Yeah, there's a huge gap there and all this. It's like, no. I wonder if this has ever been painted. Because you see how the fence is white in several areas? Yeah. Oh, this is my favorite. You notice a problem? Check that out. This roof would have to be completely replaced. There's no way that if I owned it, I would be ashamed of letting this property go like this. I mean, again, my personal opinion. That's a good shot. Now, the thing is, if this property had no significance whatsoever, why would they put a sign up? Seriously. I'm sorry. Everyone who is viewing this, okay? I may not know you personally, but I apologize. I apologize for my attitude, and I apologize for scuffing all the time. But I'm I'm honest. If this was my property, I would never let it look like this. Do I really need to say anything? I mean, how can anybody be a true Elvis fan and see all this damage to Vernon's house and not get emotional? How? I don't get it. I don't understand why anyone would buy this property and let it be like this. I don't understand. Again, my personal opinion. Look at this. Let me zoom in here. Look. If this does not just baffle you, I don't know what would. Like I said, Vernon and Gladys and Elvis, I believe, should be treated the same. Because without Vernon, without Gladys, there wouldn't have been an Elvis. Now, a lot of people will be like, well, it was actually the Colonel that created Elvis. It's like, no, Elvis created Elvis. And he was a human being that enjoyed doing what he was doing, I believe. It's like, I don't care if he was a womanizer. Look at that. Now, how Danny, Billy, or Joe can look at these photos that I'm sharing right now and basically feel the same way I'm feeling. I mean, if you've been to uh, Memphis Mafia Kids YouTube channel, he's told stories and really cool stories about hanging out in the in and around this house. And I'm very thankful for him sharing those stories. But how anybody looking at these photos who believe that they're Elvis fans and not get ticked off that it's looking this bad. Because you know as well as I do, at least I hope you do, that if nothing is done, it's just going to get worse. And it's like, what's going to happen when the building is completely falling apart? And this place must have been used at some point, because why would there be an air conditioner in the window? I know that Defending Elvis has shown us videos of several people that have been in this house, but the very idea that even the inside is probably worse than what you see on the outside. Come to think of it, I think I would be a very good property manager. Okay. Any of you who have seen the live stream on Defending Elvis, there was a question on whether this is the stable? The answer is yes. There's only one stable on Graceland property, and that's it. So just think that Vernon could literally walk out of his house, walk into the stable, and that's it. Walk out of his house, walk over to his office every morning. And yet, his home looks like this. Now, what I wouldn't give to be able to step onto that property, walk through that gate, and then walk through that second gate. I don't know what you call that. Would you call that a gate? I would call that a gate. But to walk through that gate, go into the backyard, and have it completely restored. The swimming pool, landscaping, everything. One of the things that I fear is that if properties like this are forgotten, then everything that Elvis was can be just as easily forgotten. How many people would want to walk through that gate and actually be on the property and see completely restored? Not a drone footage, but to be able to walk through this property inside and out and have it completely restored to the way Vernon had it when he was living there. And I apologize for the noise from my chair. Occupational hazard. How many times did Vernon walk through that gate? How many times did Elvis walk through that gate? How many times did Danny, Billy, or Joe? How many times did Lisa walk through that gate? See, these are the memories that these people have or had that can be forgotten if the physical properties are lost. Now, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but wasn't Elvis's top fear was to be forgotten? I think it was. But you take a look at that, and you don't think to yourself, why? Why is it being allowed Deteriorate. There's got to be a reason. There's got to be. Now, I really don't understand why this cement, basically a cement wall, is here. I don't know if there used to be a garage here or something. I don't know. But you take a look at the side door. And I would really like to ask Billy Joe and Danny, what's the first thought that comes through their minds when they see that door? What type of people walked through that door? What were they thinking? What was their mindset at the time? Were they going on a tour? Were they getting on a jet plane and flying off somewhere? See, the thing is, we see the place. I think it's time that we start understanding the people. Just a different point of view. Just my personal opinion. But one of the things that I try to understand, I can't speak for other people, but what I try to understand is the very essence of why are those cinder blocks there? What is the purpose? And what were the people thinking about when they were building it? What is the purpose? I try to look at something like this and get to the very essence, the spirit of why it was built and by who. Was this built when Vernon was living here? Did he have it built? Or was it built before he even bought the property? And is this really the only property around Graceland that was owned by a family member? This is what happens when you're an amateur researcher. But this is the final photo in this one. So I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to see if I can't, edit this up. And depending on how long it is, I may show more in this video. If not, I'll do it again. All right. Thank you very much for watching.